in today's video, we are looking at another Hue product. Yeah, I'm sorry, there's just so many of them, but you know, hopefully you'll find this interesting and hopefully you'll find it useful. Now, the product that we're looking at is this. Now, this is a Hue Motion Sensor. You might remember I looked at a Hue Outdoor Motion Sensor about a month or so ago. I'll link that up there or there. I can never remember which side. I'll put a link to it up there. And basically, this is almost identical, but this is just for inside use only. Now, I already have quite a few of these dotted around the house, and they're really fantastic for having motion controlled lights. So for example, in the downstairs toilet, when someone opens the door and walks in, the lights fade up and the light's on. And then when they've left, the lights fade down. And it's just a nice way of automating the home. Similarly, in the hallway, someone walks through the hallway and the lights come on, and then once they've passed through the hallway, they fade down. Now, this one is actually going to be upstairs on the landing because I don't have one of these installed yet. And so the idea is when anyone crosses the landing or comes up the stairs, it will illuminate them. So yeah, they're really smart and they're really easy to set up. So once I've got it unboxed, I'll show you how to set it up. Now, because I've got so many Hue videos at the moment, what I'll do is I'll make a playlist of Hue videos and I'll put a link to it in the description below, and also I'll try and put it up there. So if you're interested in anything Hue related, from setting it up from scratch in your home or any of the other products, then it will all be included in that playlist, and you can basically binge watch all the Hue content that I've made. But for now, we need to get into this motion sensor and have a little look at it and set it up. So let's do that. So these retail around about the £35 a piece mark, so it's not hideously expensive, but you know, it's not cheap. Now, there are Philips Hue compatible motion sensors that are around about the £20 mark. Now, these sensors actually, as well as having light sensors in them, they have motion sensors and temperature sensors. So you can do more automations of stuff within Home Assistant, for example. I did a video on Home Assistant. I'll put a link to it up there. So yeah, you can do some proper geeky stuff with this kit. I don't think the cheaper motion sensors have all of those sensors within them, so you know, you might not be able to do it so much with those, but we've got this Philips Hue one and that's what we're concentrating on today. So what have we got in the packet? So seems to be the standard quick start guide and probably legal manual. It's like I've done this before. Yep, so it's like standard quick start guide, and yeah, lots of legal words. We won't worry too much about that. And this is the sensor itself. Now, it's only pretty small. I mean, it's hard to gauge on my tiny hands, but yeah, they're only sort of, I'd say they're about 6 centimeters by 6 centimeters. And also included, which I've not actually done this yet, but they come with a magnetic wall mount. So basically you can pop them up on the wall, and then you can adjust the angle with the magnet. So I haven't done this yet. I might look at this when I've actually set up my Ring alarm. There's going to be a video on that very soon, because there's going to be sensors put up in the different rooms in the house. So while I'm putting up sensors, I might put some of these up on the wall, but they actually work really well sort of at floor level or balanced on the skirting board. That's where all of mine are at the moment. So yeah, there's not actually much to look at. This is the motion sensor. There's an LED in here as well that sort of flashes with the status. This, I believe, is the light sensor, or the light sensor might be in this. I don't know. Maybe I should have checked before I started filming this video, but you know me, I'm not entirely professional. And there is a tiny reset button on the back, and this one has got a little plastic tab to pull out and obviously send it into setup mode. Now, I have done a video on changing the batteries on this. From memory, there are 2 AAA batteries inside, and basically you just undo the screw. But if you want to look at that video, I'll stick a link to it up there somewhere. What we need to do is get the phone on the screen and get this set up, and we'll have a little play with it. So what I've done now, I've made it so you can see my screen, and we'll set this bad boy up. So first of all, you need to go into Hue settings and then into accessories, and then you press this plus button and it's asking what type of accessory you want to set up. Now, obviously we want to set up a motion sensor. So it says pull out the plastic strip and ensure that the light is blinking. So if we pull out this, there we go. Can you see the LED is blinking? So we say LED is blinking. And now it will be searching for the motion sensor. I think they talk to each other via Bluetooth initially. There you go, your motion sensor is connected. That was pretty painless. So let's continue setup. Please select the room where this sensor will be used. So it's going to be on the landing. Setting it up ready for the landing. There we go. So your sensor in landing will have these following default settings. You can adjust these in accessory setup. So we'll customize it and I'll show you the customization. So that is our sensor. Now we need to call this landing sensor. Cool. Okay, so now we can adjust the behavior of the sensor. So at the moment, between 8 AM and 11 PM, if someone sets off the sensor, it will set the lights onto the bright setting. That's fine, but I think I want to customize that slightly. So I'm going to change that slightly to make it from, say, 7:30, that it's going to use the bright setting. And then after 10 minutes of detecting nothing, this is set to turn off. Now I'm going to make it so it doesn't stay on as long because it doesn't really need to. So I'm going to say after 2 minutes, the landing will turn off. Okay, and so now we need to set what happens in the evening. Now I think probably I'm going to make it from 10 PM until 7:30. We're going to put it into nightlight mode. So that makes the lights just come on not as bright. So you're not walking up the stairs and just suddenly get blinded by a flash of light. And then I'd say maybe after 1 minute, the landing light will turn off. Further down, we've got these advanced settings. Now these are probably best tested when the sensor's in the position that you want it to be in. Obviously it's here on a bright table, not anywhere near where it's going to go. So, but I'll show you how it works. So in here, you can adjust the daylight sensitivity. So by taking it up to the top, you make the sensor more sensitive to light, and by taking it to the bottom, you make it less sensitive by light. But it tells you how the sensor would work. So at the moment, motion will not trigger the lights based on the amount of light that's entering that. So if you want to adjust it, you can just take it up, and there you go, it's changed. So it says, based on the current measured daylight in the room, motion will trigger these lights. So I'm probably going to crank it down because I don't necessarily want it coming on all day, every day. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's probably the right level. But as I say, it's best adjusted when it's in position. And motion sensitivity, look, it's set to high sensitivity at the moment. I think we need to crank it down a bit. Maybe just put it at low sensitivity for now. That probably makes the most sense. And then we just press save, and then save. And you just wait for it to do. Takes a moment or two. And there we go, that is all set up and ready to go. So now I can place this on the landing and hopefully it should trigger the lights in the way I want it to. So let me put it in place on the landing and I'll show you a bit of that. So one moment please. So as you can see here, I've just placed it on the floor and it's sort of in the position where someone coming up the stairs, which are there, will trigger it. And also anyone just crossing the landing should trigger it. So let me go downstairs and see if the lights switch on. Okay, so I'm currently walking up the stairs. And let's see if the lights switch on when I get to the top. There we go. See, it works. That is the sensor working. And then after 2 minutes, the lights will just fade down to nothing. Pretty cool, hey? Right, anyway, let's get back to the table. Now there is something important to note, they don't work with the Hue Bluetooth app. So if you're using Hue bulbs via Bluetooth, the motion sensors don't work. So bear that in mind. I would always say it's better to run Hue bulbs via one of the hubs because it just opens a lot more possibility. But yeah, the Hue motion sensors don't work over Bluetooth. So bear that in mind if you've got a Hue Bluetooth setup. I think that's it from me. If you do enjoy these videos, please ensure you subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel grow. And even if you just like the video, or drop a comment and tell me about your Hue setup, that would be great. Now, if you really like the channel, you can join, and from the $4.99 and above tier, you'll get to see these videos before anyone else. Or you can just join at 99p a month and just be happy in the knowledge that you're supporting this channel and helping me fund what seems to be quite an alarming Hue addiction. So that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. But for now, it's game over.